और उसके बाद आप लंच भी ले पाएंगे। तो मेरा ख्याल है कि ये सारी बातें हो गई हैं, आप लोग अपने ध्यान में रखेंगे ही। मुझे लगता है कि बस आने ही वाले हैं महोदय। हमें इस प्रकार के संदेश अपने इशारों के जरिए दिए जा रहे हैं कि माननीय अतिथि कभी भी हमारे बीच उपलब्ध हो सकते हैं। उनकी गरिमामय उपस्थिति से हम सभी लोग लाभान्वित होंगे, प्रेरित होंगे। तो अच्छा दिन है, इस कार्यक्रम का आप लुत्फ उठाइए, आनंद लीजिए। हम सभी लोगों की यही कोशिश होगी कि इस कार्यक्रम को किसी भी सूरत में हम 100% इसको सफलता की श्रेणी में लेके जाएं। कार्यक्रम की सफलता हमारी और आपकी जिम्मेवारी है। कार्यक्रम की सफलता ये मंचासीन व्यक्तियों की जितनी है उतनी ही जवाबदेही, उतनी ही उत्तरदायी हमारी भी है, क्योंकि वो औपचारिक रूप से हमें ही संबोधित करते हैं। ये और बात है कि वो ऑनलाइन और तमाम हमारे मीडिया के दूसरे प्लेटफॉर्म पे उसकी लाइव टेलीकास्ट, लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग की जाती है, लेकिन वो आप ही के सम्मुख होते हैं और वो आप ही को संबोधित करते हैं। तो इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूं सर कि इस कार्यक्रम की सफलता की जवाबदेही हम सभी पर है। सफलता की जवाबदेही का मतलब ये हम कतई नहीं ले सकते कि जो मंचासीन हमारे अतिथिगण हैं ये उन्हीं की जवाबदेही है, हमारी भी उतनी ही है, बल्कि हम तो ये कहते हैं कि हमारी ज़्यादा है। क्या सर? हमारे आगे के कुछ साथी लोग हैं, मुस्कुरा रहे हैं, वो हामी भर रहे हैं कि हाँ बिल्कुल आप सही कह रहे हैं। ये और बात है कि सही कह रहे हैं कि झूठ कह रहे हैं, वो तो सर बता रहे हैं। सही है। तो वही हमारे माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति जी के बाद जब आप जलपान से यहाँ पे लौटेंगे इस कक्ष में पूर्व, तो डॉक्टर राजीव बहल सर हैं हमारे, उनकी एक प्रस्तुति होगी इस संस्थान के ऊपर, NITM के ऊपर, ICMR के ऊपर। आप उससे प्रभावित हो सकते हैं, आप प्रेरित हो सकते हैं, ज्ञान लाभ कर सकते हैं। प्रिय महोदय, इस कार्यक्रम को सफल बनाने की हम सबकी जवाबदेही है, इसीलिए स्थानीय प्रशासन की भी जवाबदेही है। उनका ये कहना है, जैसा हमने पहले बताया, कि जब भी वो आएंगे उनके अभिवादन में आप खड़े हो जाएंगे, पहली बात। दूसरी बात ये कि मोबाइल फोन बंद रखेंगे, अपना मोबाइल आ जाएं, इस कक्ष में प्रवेश कर लें। उसके बाद आप आपकी हलचल, किसी प्रकार की मूवमेंट की अपेक्षा आप नहीं की जा सकेगी, ठीक है। और ये बार बार लगातार हमें मैसेज के ज़रिए ये बताने की कोशिश की जा रही है कि आप अपने दर्शक दीर्घा में बैठे हुए साथियों को ये ज़रूर बताएं कि इस निर्देश का वो पालन करें, क्योंकि ये निर्देश बहुत ज़रूरी है। हमारे माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति जी बस कुछ ही लम्हों में, बताया जा रहा है कि 3 से 4 मिनट में ही वो पहुंचने वाले हैं, और पहुंचने के बाद जो हमारे स्टॉल्स लगे हुए हैं इस संस्थान तो कमोबेश 10-15 मिनट के आसपास इस कार्यक्रम में वो शिरकत करेंगे और उसके बाद इस कार्यक्रम की औपचारिक गंभीर शुरुआत की जाएगी, जो हमारे सहकर्मी डॉक्टर सरिता नायर के द्वारा की जाएगी। वो हमारे वैज्ञानिक हैं ICMR-NITM की। तो मैम, हम आपसे भी अपेक्षा करते हैं कि 10:10 के आसपास आप यहाँ पे आ जाएंगे और आगे के कार्य को आप बखूबी संभालेंगे। अगर किसी को कुछ अभी किसी से कहना हो तो आप कह सुन लें, क्योंकि आने वाले 5-10 मिनट में की स्थिति में नहीं रखा जाएगा, वो आपसे अपेक्षा नहीं की जाएगी। तो ये ज़रूरी है कि पहले ही आप सहज और कंफर्टेबल जोन में रहें, किसी भी असुविधा का सामना न करना पड़े। हमारे सभी अधिकारीगण उनके स्वागत में ये सब कार्यक्रम का हिस्सा है। ऐसी कोई चीज़ यहाँ पे नहीं है जो कार्यक्रम का हिस्सा ना हो। तो मैंने जैसा कहा कि अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि कुछ आवश्यक आपको काम है, तो आपसे आग्रह है, अनुरोध है कि उसको आप निपटा लें कम से कम 4 से 5 मिनट में, अन्यथा बाद में आपको इसकी इजाज़त नहीं दी जाएगी। आपसे अनुरोध है, आपसे फिर आग्रह है कि अगर आपको कुछ ज़रूरी काम है, कुछ आपको लगता है कि कर लेना है, तो आप जाएं और 4 से 5 मिनट में आप तुरंत वापस आ जाएं, क्योंकि उसके बाद आपको जाने की इजाज़त नहीं दी जाएगी। तो ये सारी हिदायतें हैं, आप लोगों को अन्यथा लगनी ही नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि एक सब कार्यक्रम का हिस्सा है। हम सभी लोग उस हिस्से से जुड़े हुए हैं और लगातार उसके बारे में सूचनाएं आ रही हैं, निर्देश आ रही हैं, इस मंच के जरिए आपको बताने की कोशिश की जा रही है। तो अब समय होने ही वाला है। हमारे सुरक्षा कर्मियों के द्वारा ये बार बार हमें बताया जा रहा है कि आप उनसे ये कह दीजिए कि वो करें नहीं, बल्कि मोबाइल फ़ोन अपना बंद अभी से अभी कर लें। वो बहुत ज़रूरी है। अपना मोबाइल, आपसे अनुरोध है कि वो समय आ गया है, आपसे पुनः अनुरोध है, गुजारिश है, अनुरोध है कि आप अपना मोबाइल फ़ोन बंद कर लें। आप अपना मोबाइल फ़ोन बंद कर लें। और जब भी हमारे माननीय अतिथिगण आएँ, आप ये ज़रूरी है कि आप अपने मोबाइल को ना देखें, आप उनको देखें, क्योंकि ये ज़रूरी है कि हमारे माननीय अतिथिगण हों तो उनको आप देखें तो उनको संबोधित करने में या आपको समझाने में, बताने में, संबोधित करने में सुविधा हो। तो ये ज़रूरी है कि आप उनको देखें बजाय अपने मोबाइल स्क्रीन के। इसलिए मोबाइल स्क्रीन बंद रहे तो अच्छा है। मोबाइल किसी और मोड पर ना डालें, उसको बंद ही रख दें, अच्छा है। अच्छा है कि कम से कम इसी बहाने आधा एक घंटे अपने लिए जिएंगे, ये ज़रूरी है। मोबाइल की दुनिया से थोड़ी अलग हट के जिएंगे तो वो भी ज़रूरी है। तो मुझे उम्मीद है कि हमारे साथियों ने कर लिया होगा, और जिन्होंने नहीं किया होगा वो सेल्फी लेने के बाद कर देंगे। सर आप लोग अनुरोध है कि बंद कर दें, क्योंकि मुझे बार बार ये बताया जा रहा है। कृपया इस निर्देश को माने। ये निर्देश इस मंच से नहीं, हमारे सुरक्षा कर्मियों द्वारा बताए जा रहे हैं। हमारी व्यवस्था है कि हम बार बार ये कहें, आप इसको अन्यथा बिल्कुल ना लें। अब लाइटर मोड में ये भी कहना ज़रूरी है कि आप बंद कर देंगे तो ही अच्छा लगेगा, इसलिए आपको हंसी गुदगुदाई के साथ ही बताने की कोशिश की जा रही है। लेकिन मकसद इतना ही है कि इस कार्यक्रम को सफल बनाना है, और इस सफलता के लिए सूत्र हैं कि आप मोबाइल फ़ोन बंद रखेंगे, आप अपनी आवाजाही बंद रखेंगे और किसी प्रकार की अवांछित गतिविधियों में लिप्त नहीं रहेंगे। कोई भी इस प्रकार की सामग्री आप देखते हैं तो अपने पास के साथी को इसकी सूचना दें, वो तत्काल उस पर कार्रवाई करेंगे। और आगे के कार्यक्रम के लिए हम डॉक्टर सरिता नायर जी को हम आमंत्रित करेंगे कि मैम 10:05 हो गए, आप चाहें तो आ भी सकते हैं। तो आप आ जाएंगे। आगे के कार्यक्रम के लिए होंगी। और हाँ, वो जरूरी है ना, थोड़ा आप सेकंड होंगे तो अच्छा है। तो हमें लगता है कि सारे निर्देशों का हवाला पहले ही दिया जा चुका है, सारी बातें की जा चुकी हैं, निर्देश आपको दिए जा चुके हैं, मोबाइल फ़ोन बंद किए जा चुके हैं। आप लोग इस मुद्रा में आ गए हैं कि आप हमारे गणमान्य अतिथियों को सुनने के लिए तैयार हैं। तो अंत में यही कि उजाले अपनी यादों के, उजाले अपनी यादों के, उजाले अपनी यादों के हमारे साथ रहने दो, न जाने किस गली में ज़िंदगी की शाम हो जाए। नमस्कार, जय हिंद, जय भारत।
A very good morning to one and all. Resound तो नहीं है ना? Audible. I hope everyone's mobile is on silent mode, and I hope no alarm is on, because despite being on silent mode, sometimes our alarm ring. So kindly take a note of it, and if you have any alarm that is set in, please switch it off for now. Honorable President, Vice President is on our way, so kindly be a little more attentive. As far as possible, please avoid whispering or talking. Thank you. Let us all stand together to welcome our Jagdeep Dhankar ji, Honorable Vice President of India, Dr. Sudesh Dhankar ji, Honorable Second Lady of India, our guest of honor, Shri Thawar Chand Gehlot ji, Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Dr. Rajiv Behel, Secretary, Department of Health Research and Director General, ICMR, Srimati Anu Nagar, Joint Secretary, Department of Health Research, and Dr. Subarna Roy, Director, ICMR-National Institute of Traditional Medicine. We extend a welcome to our distinguished day of ICMR-NITM. May I now request all of you to kindly continue or kindly stand for the national anthem, please. Thank you. May I now request the dignitaries and the audience to kindly take their seats. Now, I would like to invite Srimati Anu Nagar, Joint Secretary, Department of Health Research, for welcome speech.
A very good morning to you all. Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar ji, Madam Sudesh Dhankar ji, Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Shri Thawar Chand Gehlot ji, Secretary, Department of Health Research and DG ICMR, Dr. Rajiv Behel, Director of ICMR-National Institute of Traditional Medicine, Dr. Subarna Das, esteemed colleagues and guests. It is a momentous occasion for us today as we welcome the Honorable Vice for the celebration of its 18th Foundation Day. We are extremely grateful to you, sir, for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest of this occasion. Inspiration to all of us present here, all the scientists, staff of this institute and all other 26 institutes which are connected online with us, sir. We also extend a very warm welcome and are deeply grateful for her gracious presence, ma'am. We are honored to welcome the Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Shri Thawar Chand Gehlot ji, and express our heartfelt gratitude for accepting our invitation. Traditional medicine is a part of rich heritage of our country, as it represents the traditional wisdom and practices accumulated over the generations and passed down to us from our ancestors. The Department of Health Research, Government of India, fosters an environment where traditional medicine is not only preserved but also scientifically validated and supports research that bridges gap between the traditional medicine and modern medicine, and that these practices of safety and ICMR-National Institute of Traditional Medicine, Belagavi, plays an instrumental role in realizing this vision. Therefore, your presence here, Honorable Sirs and Ma'am, signifies the commitment of the government for upholding medicine. I'm deeply grateful to you for encouraging our scientists and staff by your presence and guidance. Thank you, sir. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Madam. I now request Dr. Rajiv Behel, Secretary, Department of Health Research and Director General of Research, to kindly deliver his opening remarks about the Indian Council of Medical Research and the ICMR-National
showcased by we have done during the COVID-19 pandemic response. And in this, we have become a name, which is now from the Prime Minister of India down to the person on the street. Everybody knows what ICMR has done. But just to tell a few things, sir, development of an indigenous within record period and its use, developing and validating indigenous tests
President of India, Dr. Sudesh Dhankarji, Honorable Second Lady of India, our guest of honor, Shri Thawar Chand Gehlotji, Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Dr. Rajiv Behel, Secretary, Department of Health Research and Director General, ICMR, Srimati Anu Nagar, Joint Secretary, Department of Health Research, Government of India, and Dr. Subarna Roy, Director, ICMR-National Institute of Traditional Medicine. We extend a hearty welcome to our distinguished guests to the grand celebration of 18th Foundation Day of Thank you.
President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankarji, Madam Dr. Sudesh Dhankarji, Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Shri Thawar Chand Gehlotji, Secretary, Department of Health Research and DG ICMR, Dr. Rajiv Behel, Director of ICMR-National Institute of Traditional Medicine, Dr. Subarna Das, esteemed colleagues and guests. It is a momentous occasion for us today as we welcome the Honorable Vice President of India to ICMR-National Institute of Traditional Medicine for the celebration of its 18th Foundation Day. We are extremely grateful to you, sir, for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest of this occasion. Your presence here, sir, is a source of great inspiration to all of us present here, all the scientists, staff of this institute and all other 26 institutes which are connected online with us, sir. We also extend a very warm welcome to Dr. Sudesh Dhankarji and are deeply grateful for her gracious presence, ma'am. We are honored to welcome the Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Shri Thawar Chand Gehlotji, and express our heartfelt gratitude for accepting our invitation. Traditional medicine is a part of rich heritage of our country, as it represents the traditional wisdom and practices accumulated over the generations and passed down to us from our ancestors. The Department of Health Research, Government of India, fosters an environment where traditional medicine is not only preserved, but also scientifically validated and integrated into mainstream healthcare. ICMR supports research that bridges gap between the traditional medicine and modern medicine, ensuring that these practices meet the rigorous standards of safety and efficacy. ICMR, National Institute of Traditional Medicine, Belagavi, plays an instrumental role in realizing this vision. Therefore, your presence here, Honorable Sirs and Ma'am, signifies the commitment of the government for upholding the rich legacy of our traditional medicine. We are once again deeply grateful to you for encouraging our scientists and staff by your presence and guidance. Thank you, sir. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Madam. I would now request Dr. Rajiv Behel, Secretary, Department of Health Research and Director General of Indian Council of Medical Research, to kindly deliver his opening remarks and brief us about the Indian Council of Medical Research and the ICMR-National Institute of Traditional Medicine.
Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankarji, Dr. Sudesh Dhankarji, Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Shri Gehlotji, my colleagues, Dr. Anu Nagar, Srimati Anu Nagar, and Dr. Subarna Roy, all the members of the ICMR family, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor and privilege for me to address you all on this 18th Foundation Day of the National Institute of Traditional Medicine in its new facilities that have been recently inaugurated. I would like to just tell a little bit about the ICMR and the Institute. NITM ICMR is one of the 27 institutes of Indian Council of Medical Research, sir. ICMR has been at the forefront of biomedical research since 1911. So more than 110 years, 115 years of our history. Our contributions to biomedical research have been showcased by what we have done during the COVID-19 pandemic response. And in this, we have become a household name, which is now from the Prime Minister of India down to the person on the street. Everybody knows about what ICMR has done. But just to reiterate a few things, sir, development of an indigenous vaccine within record period and its use, developing and validating indigenous tests for low-cost testing of COVID, disease surveillance technologies, and research and guidelines for the treatment of COVID throughout the country were our significant contributions. In the decades to come, ICMR will continue its strides towards Viksit Bharat by developing frontier technologies like gene and cell therapy, developing indigenous and cost-effective vaccines, diagnostics, therapeutics, and devices for improving healthcare and making India a global leader in healthcare. As we navigate this path, the ICMR-National Institute of Traditional Medicine holds a unique and essential place in our vision. Traditional medicine is an integral part of our rich and cherished cultural heritage and offers a wealth of knowledge that can complement modern medical practices. This institute uses scientific methods for providing rigorous evidence for integrative medicine that bridges modern medicine and traditional medicine. Today, on the Foundation Day of the Institute, I will highlight a few achievements of the Institute. As you have seen outside, sir, the ICMR-NITM has conducted major clinical trials in collaboration with the Ministry of Ayush for providing evidence which is high quality and rigorous for the safety and efficacy of traditional treatments, including treatment of dengue, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and anemia. These, once we get the evidence, it gives confidence to the people not only in India, but also globally to use these therapies. We are also working on the mechanisms and finding the bioactive substances that lead to efficacy. The Institute, along with other institutes like the National Institute of Epidemiology of ICMR, is working to also build capacity of Ayush institutes in research methods. NITM has gone beyond the codified Ayush practices, as you have seen, sir. We have used the knowledge of ethnomedicinal plants in Western Ghats, and you have seen some examples like we have used for osteoarthritis, wound healing, also, sir, fungal infections, which was not shown outside, but snake bite and cholera. In the realm of integrative health, we have also developed what is called the herb-drug interactions, which provides critical information on the synergistic or antagonistic interactions between the modern medicine therapeutic drugs and herbal drugs, so that we can use them correctly together. As an example of complementary use of traditional and modern medicine, the Institute has shown that cocoa extracts are useful in mitigating adverse effects of a cancer treatment chemotherapy called doxorubicin. We look forward to continued excellence of ICMR-NITM in bridging traditional knowledge with modern science, providing the proof for the effectiveness of Ayush, and developing new evidence-based unique solutions to contribute to health and well-being of our nation. The Institute has the potential to position India as a global leader in the use of traditional Indian medicine for all humanity, in the true spirit of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. Jai Hind.
President of India, Shri Jagdeep Dhankar ji, Madam Dr. Sudesh Dhankar ji, Honorable Governor of Karnataka, Shri Thawar Chand Gehlot ji, by presenting a memento as a mark of tradition and culture of Karnataka. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request Shri Jagdeep Dhankar ji, Honorable Vice President of India, to address and enlighten the august audience here.
Good morning, all of you. Honorable Governor Karnataka, Sri Thawar Chand Gehlot, a man of great experience. The gain of Karnataka is loss of parliament. I would have been extremely delighted as Chairman Rajya Sabha to have him there. He was holding a very august position of Leader of the House, and that is critical to the success of the chairman. He brings on the table huge experience, both of the ground realities, social scenario, and modernity. His presence means a lot to all of us. Dr. Rajiv Bahel is fired with a mission and passion. His discourse is very illuminating. He has indicated what is to come, and he has traversed what has already happened. I have no doubt what he proclaimed a while ago, that India is going to be a real epicenter in the entire world for such kind of medicinal development, such kind of treatment, and such kind of research. Srimati Anu Nagar, she indicated, Anu Nagarji is, yes. Nothing happens in any system without Joint Secretary being functional. A Joint Secretary is a changeover and can stop any good current and can give acceleration to any current. When I heard her, she is in affirmative mode, in performance mode, in action mode. And she brings on the table the other gender, the powerful gender, the gender that is dominating us all. I can see shining faces on the other gender there and here. Dr. Subarna Roy, Director, NITM. Mr. Roy must be from Bengal. Namaskar. That is minimum requirement of former Governor State of West Bengal. My 3 years in West Bengal and Kolkata were the best part of my life so far. And it is there I came to know for the first time during COVID challenge the role PB-SHABD, your institution, plays. Very proactive, very commendable, exemplified the very best of virtuosity and what was needed on the time. Friends, if we have to define this institution in one sentence, COVID containment, COVID treatment, and COVID combating. And the success story of COVID is defined by your work, by work of every individual who is present here and connected with this institution all over the country. I salute you. You did your very best. You gave your very best. You showed concern for others rather than yourself. No accolades are sufficient for the good work you all have done. Friends, we are living in big times. India, home to 1/6 of humanity, is no longer a sleeping giant, no longer a country with potential. It's a country on the rise. The rise is unstoppable. I recall my days in Parliament in 1989 to 91. Then I had the good fortune to be a union minister also. Friends, you'll be surprised. The size of our economy then, in 1990, was smaller than the size of economy of London and Paris. Such a great country did not have economy in size greater than that of London or Paris. And look at where we are at the moment. 5th largest global economy, ahead of UK. They ruled us for over 100 years. Ahead of France. And it's a matter of time we'll be ahead of Japan and Germany also. No small achievement. Well, this Foundation Day is a little different. Though it is 18th, 18 is a good figure for every youth. Impressionable minds get into transition of maturity. They think more than others. But this Foundation Day celebration, I was told by Secretary Bahal, is in the new building. Is the first one after that. Friends, I am lucky. I am really lucky. I extend congratulations and gratitude to the entire team of NITM and Indian Council of Medical Research for 2 reasons. One, their dedication and their service to the society, to the nation, and in larger context, to the humanity. Friends, when I was walking into these premises, I was taken through 3 stalls. Just imagine what I saw. Joint pain is a big problem all over. We are trying to find traditional solution to that. They are working very hard. Second, diabetes. Organic solution. By organic, I mean there is no chemical intervention. You get from the plants the treatment value. And third, diarrhea. All 3 are big challenge, more for vulnerable sections of the society. If a treatment is available, the way they are developing, it will be transformative, revolutionary, a big change for us all. Friends, it is time that we need to focus greatly on what is already with us, our knowledge, our wisdom. When it comes to health, health of a country depends on health of the individual. You may be talented, you may be dedicated, you may be sincere, you may be hardworking, you may be earnest, you may have passion, mission, enthusiasm. But if your health doesn't help you, then you will need people to help you. You will not be able to help others. And therefore, we must in the country develop a culture that every Indian has to be fit, fighting fit, healthy, because the entire country at the moment is part of marathon march. And that march is March for Viksit Bharat at 2047. You all are part of that march. You have to be fit. You have to be fighting fit. Once that happens, not sky, even space is not the limit of our growth. And that is happening. Friends, we must contain not the disease, the source of it. We must focus greatly on precaution and prevention. And that we can do by dissemination of knowledge that is already there with us, right from the days of Vedas. Atharvaveda, look at it, encyclopedic about health issues. I know for a fact during COVID, traditional medicines were being distributed to COVID warriors with great success. And the good part of Indian mindset is they were being distributed free of cost. Everyone was functional, even from a remote village to urbanized centers. Let me tell you something unique about this country. People are wondering how we tackled pandemic. This country has a culture of hand-holding. During COVID, if I would feed one, as per my capacity, I'll do it. Some of you will feed 100, 1,000. But everyone made a contribution. And the greatest contribution was by that person who had difficulty in feeding himself, but fed the neighbor also. That is our culture. Which country in the world can take pride in having a civilization of 5,000 years old? We are different because we give to the world what we have with us. Look at the far-sightedness approach of the Prime Minister. He went to the United Nations, persuaded them for Yoga Day. 21st June is Yoga Day all over the world, not only in Bharat. Every nook and corner of the world, people are getting benefit of it, irrespective of age, gender, caste, creed, or any differentiation which we make to human races. We gave it. We are lucky to have a new ministry, and that ministry is doing wonders. Ayush Ministry. In 2014. It's about a decade now. And I know for a fact, people are falling in love with Ayush now. They want to be treated by medicines that have no side effects. Herein comes the big role of research and development. When it is a question of research and development, it's a long drawn process. It's an expensive process. From this podium, I appeal to the corporates. I appeal to public leaders. They must do all they can to support research and development. This research and development will reflect in growth of our economy, in our even diplomatic soft power. I know for a fact, when this country, the largest country on the planet at the moment, was battling COVID, you will be surprised, we supported 100 other countries to tackle COVID. They say India is a true friend. We got assistance during that time when India was also tackling its big problem. And therefore I urge you, and I urge everyone in the corporate, please come forward. Use your CSR to promote research, development, innovation, startups, focusing on these areas. They will do us a great good. Friends, India's rich tapestry of traditional medicine, encompassing Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, and Yoga, is a testament to the profound wisdom of our ancestors. They embody a perfect blend of science, philosophy, and spirituality, emphasizing the harmonious balance between mind, body, spirit, and nature. Where on the world you will find such kind of convergence, such kind of concern, such kind of sublimity in thought process? Friends, I would like to highlight here that management of epidemics and pandemics is not new to traditional Indian health system. But now, every day we hear another form of COVID is coming. We have to be ahead of the COVID pandemic menace. And this can happen when people here, people connected, Mr. Bahal, with your institutions, are in proactive mode all throughout. I have no doubt they will go ahead. It is our collective responsibility to preserve and protect our rich biodiversity and traditional knowledge, safeguarding our natural resources for the benefit of future generations. I would urge, even at panchayat level, we must have great focus on medicinal plants, on herbal plants, so that subject to weather conditions, soil conditions, climate conditions, they may flourish. At the end of the day, the plants will converge into a laboratory to give us what is our basic need. Several notable achievements have been highlighted of this institution. But one of the notable achievements is the creation of online repository of medicinal plants from Western Ghats that I have seen here at Belagavi. Belagavi, I remember for two good reasons. Swami Vivekananda ji spent time here. Swamiji also blessed Khetri, a part of Jhunjhunu, which I represented in Lok Sabha in 1989. So Swami's charismatic personality surcharges us all. I had the good occasion, good fortune, along with Dr. Sudesh, to be in Chicago, at that place from where Swamiji delivered that address to brothers and sisters, which has immortalized him and given to the world a window to our civilizational ethos, culture, and wealth. Friends, how do we do it? Because we have visionary leadership. We are having big ticket achievements in space, on land, on roads, on infrastructure, on sea, and defense production, and all areas. It should not be difficult for us to involve every village in this pious task to make us health conscious, health aware. These days we find people get into depression. People are afflicted by tension and stress. New kinds of diseases are coming up because we are slightly departing from our cultural ethos. Communication is fundamental. Let me give a small illustration. This was narrated to me by a very well-positioned person. An old man. He says, I have limousine. I have a driver. I have cozy house. I have all the infrastructure available which anyone can envy in the world. Health club, swimming pool. I have everything. My cuisine can be from any continent. But what I miss most is my son is speaking to me for 5 minutes. I miss it. Those 5 minutes are more than anything else that I have at the moment. A cottage would be fine for me if the next generation can handhold me, can talk to me. In a sense, what he was saying is, communication is the greatest nectar that keeps the society very healthy. That is embedded in our culture. It is high time we revisit that great thought. I would urge all the researchers and scholars at this institute to continue pushing the boundaries of knowledge, exploring uncharted boundaries, and strive for breakthroughs that will benefit humanity. I find something is being done with respect to snake bite. I went to that counter. The work is in progress initially, but that's a problem we face in most parts of the country. We are not, from that perspective, like New Zealand, that doesn't have reptiles. We are gifted with reptiles. But sometimes there is a challenge, or we challenge them, and then the challenge takes place. So this snake bite issue would also go a long way once we find a homemade solution. Well, I congratulate you all. I am sure you will be part of the big movement that is taking place in this country, which is being recognized by the entire world. The world is not in doubt about India. The world knows what India is today. The world recognizes our strength. The world recognizes our prowess, the talent of our human resource. All that we need to do is take a pledge. Come what may, we will always keep our nation and national interest first, and that will take us a long way. बहुत बड़ा हवन देश में हो रहा है. ये हवन 2047 में विकसित भारत का हवन है. इस महान यज्ञ में, इस महान हवन के अंदर हर किसी को आहुति देनी है. मेरा आपसे आह्वान है, आग्रह है, हाथ जोड़कर प्रार्थना है, इस हवन में आहुति देने से बिल्कुल मत चूकें. और जो बहुत बड़ी मैराथन यात्रा रवाना हो चुकी है और जो 2047 में विकसित भारत को जमीनी हकीकत साबित करेगी, उसके आप पदयात्री हैं, सजग पदयात्री हैं, प्रहरी हैं. I have no doubt what lies ahead of us will be success, success, glory. Thank you so much. Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words, encouraging and inspiring. I would request all of you to please stand up for the national anthem now. Thank you. All of you may please stand at your respective places till our chief guest and dignitaries on the dais depart from this place.
Ah.